Okay, hi everyone. My name is Madeline Welsh. I will be presenting my fourth case study. I do have a couple of disclaimers. I'm not sure if it matters, but I am on my couch and I just wanted to disclose that. Um, I I had surgery on my foot and I have to keep it elevated, so here I am. Um, Second, I'm not sure if I didn't have any client experience that I'm sure quite fit this, but this is the closest one. Um, but let's get started. Okay. So, again, for the purpose of this presentation, an anonymous name is used. In this case, the client's name was Max. This is a very old client. I think one of the first clients I actually ever had. At the time, he was 8 years old. He had an autism spectrum disorder. And his behavior of concern was specifically disruptive behavior during social skills group. The operational definition to that would be any behavior that caused an interruption, a pause, or distraction to the group. So examples included talking over someone else, talking without raising their hand. This was when we were on social skills group was on Zoom because of COVID. So sending and talking with other participants or sending emojis or jokes to the others in the chat. Non-examples include accidentally interrupting someone, happens to me all the time. So if he would accidentally interrupt someone and then apologize, that doesn't count. Yes. The function of the behavior was attention. All right, so the response class, just a quick to go over the response class. This is something that can consist in multiple behaviors that kind of all result in the same consequence. So in this case, the client, no matter what, wanted attention, whether it was good attention or bad attention, good attention or bad attention. So if he raised his hand, yeah, of course he got attention. But he was also going to get attention doing things like talking over someone or distracting the other people in the group, stuff like that. And this is where things I think don't really kind of match up with what this is, but this is, again, the closest client I could think of. So rule-governed intervention. I feel like I use this a lot, but we use token economies and planned ignoring quite a bit, I guess, at my company. So planned ignoring was used to kind of enforce the rule-governed behavior of raising a hand. So it was selected as it took away the one thing he found reinforcing, which was attention. The therapist leading the session ignored all disruptive behaviors and even told other students or group members to not really respond to any attempts to talk or anything like that. So any instance of hand raising from any student was met with verbal praise and attention. And I think this is kind of how the rule governed part comes in, because he saw how others were getting attention in terms of verbal praise. So there's Max. Let's give some other client names, John and Sandy. So Sandy raised her hand and the therapist would go, "Oh my goodness, good job, Sandy. Thank you for raising your hand. You did an excellent job. What can I do for you?" And hopefully the goal was that would show Max that that's how the rule was. That is how you did it. So they only received attention when they raised their hand. So challenges and results. Challenges with many, again. The first is time, because social skills group happened literally only once a week for him. The intervention took a very long time to carry out. I want to say it took 5 to 6 months. It was a lot. The second challenge was other group participants, making sure other participants of the social skills group was not really providing to the client's disruptive behavior. And then the setting, I think, was the biggest. This took place kind of, again, when COVID was more of a concern and therefore on Zoom, which made not only monitoring the other students, we couldn't really tell if, they were accepting messages from him or responding. but also because we couldn't really do much if he got distracted, because if he wasn't receiving attention there, okay, maybe he, he starts doodling, or, um, there we did make sure I was there in person because I was an RBT. But social skills group was still in Zoom. So that did help a little bit, but it still kind of created a distraction. So results, despite all the above challenges, I wouldn't say it was a huge success, but I would say there was an improvement. I believe once his like reauthorization came up, I was looking at the data. I remember looking at the data, and he was going in 1 hour having like 15 distractions down to 7, which is still a lot for 1 hour, but is an improvement. Again, I do think, I wonder if it's still, I don't have this client anymore. But knowing that social skills group is happening in person again, I'm wondering how that's going and if more improvement was ever made or if they continued it. But that it basically is the gist of my presentation. Thank you very much, and yay for the last one. All right, thank you.